What is going on, beautiful people? My name is BetSam, and this is going to be the UFC Fight Night Gilbert Burns versus Michael Morales underdog opportunity, where I search and find one underdog that I am putting my confidence in to defeat the favorite. Let's bust in with our suggestions. The first one that I'm considering is going to be Gilbert Burns. On DraftKings, he got as high as plus 570. Gilbert Burns is a former title challenger. He has beaten many good names, and he has been a staple of the welterweight division for a long time. Yes, he is 38 years old, but we haven't seen Michael Morales coming in here and defeating anybody of this caliber, especially in a 5-round fight. So if you can snatch Gilbert Burns up at $6.70 or plus 570, then I think that the underdog is definitely where the value lies, because despite being 38 years old, Gilbert Burns is a world-class jiu-jitsu athlete. He also has power in his hands, as we've seen in fights against the likes of Hamzat, even against Kamaru Usman. He was keeping it competitive for a while there on the feet. Gilbert Burns, if he turns up, uninjured, motivated, and looking to win, then we could see a huge statistical upset here. My second underdog opportunity that I'm considering is Tinara Lisboa. In this matchup here against Luana Santos, she is definitely, undoubtedly going to be the better striker. The only concern is that Tinara Lisboa hasn't been in there for a while. She's coming off a bit of a layoff. I believe she had an injury to her knee. Now she's coming back with the time away. She appears to be ready, but she is an older fighter, so that always plagues you as far as thinking about the takedown defense and the get-up game if there's been a leg or specifically knee injury. But Tinara Lisboa, if that fight plays out on the feet, I could absolutely see her, clapping Luana Santos. We saw Luana Santos getting pieced up there by Casey O'Neill, who I'm definitely not high on, and I think a lot of you wouldn't be as well. I was there in person for that matchup, and Santos looked abysmal, we shall say. And lastly, my underdog opportunity that I'm considering is Carlos Hernandez. Carlos Hernandez, while he has definitely been tuned up by the likes of Ramazan Temrov, and he's been, chewed up and spit out by some of the division's better fighters, he definitely can put on a competitive showing. And against Young-Sung Park here, I think he is the veteran in this matchup here. And despite, the underdog status here, Carlos Hernandez might be able to deny some of the grappling and submission attempts of Young-Sung Park. And at that point, he would absolutely be live for an underdog. Now, this week, there isn't going to be an edit. So the fighter that I'm going to run with for underdog opportunity is going to be Tinara Lisboa to defeat Luana Santos. Listen, if this was a looks competition, it's Luana Santos all day, 10-8 every round. But it's not. Tinara Lisboa here is a 2-time world champion Muay Thai fighter who is coming in here. She's older here at 34 years old, but she's still motivated. She's on a win streak, and I think that this is exactly the type of fight where if she can stop 1 to 2 takedowns, she's going to take over. So it's all going to come down to round 1 and if Luana Santos can get a takedown, because if they stay on the feet, I think Tinara Lisboa is going to tune her up and is even going to be live for a knockout. So if you're wanting to ride with me for underdog opportunity to get us back on the win track for underdog opportunity, it's going to be Tinara Lisboa. And for me, this just comes down to women's MMA and who can go out here and really put on a statement. I think the emphatic shots are going to come from Tinara Lisboa. And if you want to see my official action, you need to sign up to We Want Picks Premium, wewantpicks.com/betsam. You can see the link for this in the description of this video for all my bets, round line leans, and there's all other tools on there as well as Jacob and Angelo's bets themselves. Code BetSam for 10% off of all memberships. Let's go. I will see you all at the cash counter.